Hey, what's up guys? So it's been 4 years since I started this channel. Now every year I give a kind of like a recap video and I try to give my plan for the next year for this channel. Now last year when I made my video, I said that this is going to be my last year on YouTube and I'm going to try to get it to the threshold where I will be able to monetize this channel. Now unfortunately I'm still not able to monetize this channel, and I said that last year that I will quit this channel after spending 4 years on this channel. So in this video I am going to give you a little perspective on why I started this channel, although I have already discussed it, but I'm going to give slightly more details about that, and also what are going to be my future plans about this channel, because I think that some of you are regular viewers and I think it should be a better idea to give you an explanation so that you should know what you can expect from this channel and from me. Let's talk about the perspective. So I started print on demand in 2009 and on Zazzle, and it was just nothing something serious, and I was just learning something, and there was other things on along the way as well, but nothing, it was not a big deal for me. So and I think in 2015 I became serious about this and I started working on it regularly. So at that time I was not focused on something else, just on the design, selling the designs, selling the print on demand products, and that's all. And then things started getting better. My income was pretty good and everything was getting better. And one thing that I realized soon after that, I think it was 2018, yeah, it was in 2018 that I realized that the work that I'm doing is something pretty dangerous. Now, dangerous in the sense that I don't have any control over anything. So when I'm selling the products, print on demand products, to different platforms, I have no control over my account. With one simple mistake or something can happen to the company on which I'm working on, or on the platform that I am working on, something can happen to that and they can completely close that website. And so in just a matter of with maybe just an email or something, all of that thing that I'm building can completely vanish. So I had that thing in my mind. So I started saving some money so that I am able to build my own brand, more like a label, you can say that, or build my own website. So just to create something on which I can have a little bit of more control as compared to the other platforms, as these much by Amazon or Redbubble or other similar type of websites. So that was my plan, and that is why I started this channel in 2018, so that I can share this journey with you, and if you are also on the same path, you will be able to get some knowledge from it. So in 2018 and 2019, so by the end of 2019 I was able to save so much that I was now just few steps away from starting my own website. Especially I think there are different websites, or actually different platforms that I was looking over, and there was Shopify and others. So I had different choices in my mind. So that was towards the end of 2019. So as you already know, then 2020 came and COVID happened, and things started going down from that point, in terms of my income, in terms of my other you can say savings, and there are a lot of other stuff going on. So it was so bad that by the end of 2020 I lost almost everything. I just it was in the brink of reaching the 0 point at that level. So towards the end of 2020, so that was something devastating. And I was hoping that maybe once the COVID thing goes away, I will be able to recover from it, but unfortunately that did not happen. Then the 2021 came. I tried to recover some of it, but just going from that level where I was just able to open up my own store, open up my own label, everything just it was just ready at that time. So going from that level to almost zero, it was I think that was too much for me. And so in 2020 I started working on it, and then I tried to make it better. It did get better later a little bit, and then 2022 happened, but then again I think maybe a recession happened or something, and so things started going down again. So at this point, towards the end of the 2022, I am at the point where I am actually not able to recover that from loss, or from whatever you want to call it, of the 2020 till yet. And in the 2022, it was at this point I am at this point where I am thinking about some other options. So that was a little bit of perspective. So the whole idea was to share this journey of owning a business. So from the point where you don't have control over anything, you are selling something, you are making some money, but you do not have a full control over anything, towards to reaching a point where you have full control over the whole thing. You have your own business running, you have your own complete control of your marketing, everything, just the whole process, everything is in your own control. And if something bad happens, there is no such thing that you will be completely blocked or suspended. As you can see that you might have noticed that some of these platforms can do to you. So that was the whole goal, to share this journey with you. And last year when I made this video of completing 3 years on YouTube, I thought that maybe I should focus more towards the design, because I will not be able to share some of the journey of other stuff, like how you can make more sales, how you can do this, like you can do that, because I was not doing good in that I think field. So sharing some knowledge about that, just telling you how you can make more sales or how you can generate this and that, would I think would have been dishonest and disservice. So I refrained from that. So that's why I focus more towards the design side of things, those making design tutorials and all that. So that there was two other things. First, it was something that I was really passionate about. The other thing was that it's kind of like an evergreen content. So if I'm showing you how to create something, how to design something, how to use a certain tool, that would be valid I think for the next few years as well. So it was kind of like an evergreen content, not like a trend based stuff. And I was hoping that I will be able to reach this monetization threshold of YouTube. So in this way, whenever the time I'm spending to create this content and to edit this content and everything, it was too much for me, because it takes a lot of time. If you are somehow kind of familiar with this whole process, it takes time to set up the lights, the camera and everything, and then record everything, and just to cut out some of the parts which are not relevant, or maybe some of the mistakes or bloopers and everything. So that was the whole thing, and it is kind of like time consuming stuff. So and this is something that is taking too much of my time. I think I have now realized it, and actually I have realized a little bit before that, but I was trying to push it to the point where I might reach that threshold, and as you can see that I have not reached that threshold. And I think it has gotten worse, because last year I needed only 400 hours of watch time to reach that threshold, and now I almost need 1000 hours to reach that threshold. So yeah, it does not seem to work. So I will be focusing my my whole time and the whole I think the whole my abilities on something else now, and I'm going to work on something that is going to benefit me in terms of I think of course money, and also it is something that I will be able to use in the future, and to get away from this hell, and maybe to fulfill that dream of owning a website or owning a brand or label, at least, in which I have more control. So if I'm able to reach at that point, I might come back to this channel and share the whole journey process, and also I'll share with you how you can create your own, because there is something that you need to know. If you are working like me and you have accounts on different websites and platforms, you are selling your designs or you're doing anything like that, you're selling your services like on freelancing websites, you don't have control over anything. Sooner or later you will realize that you do not have any control over anything. One simple mistake and everything can go to zero. So keep this in mind. So this should be your own goal. This should be your own goal, that you should have some kind of business, something that you should have complete control over it, complete control over the process, complete control over different aspects of this of that business. So once you have that complete control, you will not be able to be live in that uncertainty, or live in that kind of like a fear that anything can happen at any time. So that is going to be my goal in the next year. So I'm going to actually, I am trying to focus on something. I'm learning some different skills, and I'm not going to share with you at this point what those skills are. But yeah, anyway, if I'm successful in that field, I will be able to share with you the whole process of trying to deviate from this journey, this path, and trying to learn new skills. So I will share with you that. But for this channel, I think this is going to be my last video, at least for this year. If I find something interesting, if I find something new, and if I find something that I think would be of value to you, I might share some here and there, but there is not going to be any regular content on this channel. And moreover, I think the thing that I have created most of my content is based on the design tutorials and learning different design skills. So I'm kind of like refraining from that completely for the next year, and I will not be making any kind of these detailed design based tutorials. And I'm going to might make some of the videos regarding the learning process that I had during this whole years of this journey and earning online to do design skills. So I might create some content based on that, as I made the video last week, in which I shared you the process and some of the precaution that you need to take if you are creating or if you are designing anything that is based on, or actually you can say, man-made objects. So if you have not watched that, so you can watch that previous video. So more of the content like that, in which I will share these kind of experiences, some of the knowledge that is not based on the design skills entirely. But as I have already said, it's not going to be a regular content anymore. Now there are some other things that I wanted to share with you, but I think it's not good idea at this point to share with you those things, because we as human, we like to see the stories that are successful stories. We like to see someone being successful and then read about them, or listen to that and know about that person, that how he became successful. So we are more kind of inclined towards those success stories, which I think would give us motivation. We are not inclined to the stories of, or you can say, a struggle stories, where people are saying kind of like, we are struggling, we have made this decision and we are struggling, and we are at this point, I have not reached our goal and we have not reached to the success point. So this is our story. People are not going to listen to that. So it will be kind of like useless to share that this is my struggle story. So yeah, I'm going to refrain from that. And once I am successful and I feel comfortable sharing the process of the struggle that I was going through at this time, or maybe in the previous 2 years or something like that, and I will be able to come back and share with you. And I think that at that time it will make more sense as compared to now, because sometimes we are not pretty sure what will happen in the future, as I was not really sure what is going to happen at the start of 2020, that this thing will happen to me. But it happened, and there is nothing we can do about that, and we can only focus on the future and try to make it better. That's all we can do. So guys, this is all I wanted to share with you, and it's not complete goodbye, but it's kind of like a partial goodbye, you can say that. And if anything, I find something interesting or anything of value, I will share it with you. But keep one thing in my mind, keep one thing in your mind, that never stop struggling, never stop when something difficult or something kind of like a hurdle comes into your way. Always try to focus on what else you can do to bypass that hurdle, or whatever you can say, overcome that hurdle, or what new ways you can find to reach your goal. So if you are on a path and you see that this is my goal and this is where I want to reach, but if something unexpected comes in your way, you need to find something, some way or some other slight path where you can deviate from your main path, but still focus on that goal which you had in mind. So change your strategy and change the way you work, but never stop struggling, and I think you will be successful as well, and hopefully I will be too. And yeah, that's all for now, and hopefully this year or this channel has been of any value to you. And yeah, I would say that if you have reached at this point in the video, I would say that thank you for watching, and yeah, take care.